Hello everyone, and welcome to a brand new season of 330 Bloopers. Let me introduce you to our new video operator, Darren Polish.
It's so great to be here, Clinton. Let me tell you something. I have never been in a control room like this before, so this is my first day.
So anyway, you've seen the behind the scenes video made within the past week. You at home have seen that as well. And with that we begin our third season of 330 Bloopers with this. Broken Arrow. The 330 is not in Broken Arrow. It's in Tulsa. Darren, you have to pay attention to these words and pictures, because some of them can be very confusing. Alright, let's see the next one. Charlie Brown. Downtown Charlie Brown. Mr. Polish, you have to pay close attention to the words and pictures. And what is that pinwheel doing on the 330, Mr. Polish? I'm sorry, pinwheel, you need to go to CVS. Mr. Pinwheel, to CVS, immediately. Now Miles Neff is starting to come back on the slide, Mr. Polish. We're gonna have a talk about all of this. And Mr. Polish, you see that arrow that leads us to Graham Cracker Castle.
Graham Cracker Castle is from inside out.
And now, Mr. Polish, guess what you've done? You've put Mr. Pinwheel on there, then Miles Neff, then an arrow, pointing to Graham Cracker Castle, and now you've added Jim, I guess, to the second slide of Season 3 of the 330 Bloopers. No, Mr. Polish, we cannot do that. Now the Graham Cracker Castle is getting larger and larger. Holy Yumi Hamasaki. And now, Mr. Polish, you've added Mr. Pinwheel to Charlie Brown. Mr. Polish, I'm gonna have to call on Miles Neff. Miles Neff! And now, Mr. Polish.
I wonder what is up with Seinfeld.
You've added CVS, home of The Price is Right. And now, Mr. Polish, this arrow now reads, Graham Cracker. What are you going to do to this slide right now? Pinwheel, 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 pinwheel. How dare you subscribe to the television code? That wasn't necessary.
It takes two, baby. It takes two, baby. It takes two.
Mr. Polish, really, does Floor 51 President Miles Neff want to hear you sing the song It Takes Two by Marvin Gaye and Kim Weston?
What if Sonic Drive-In played this song that's not about the two funnels in front of a small patio?
Philip Phillips. What is so consistent about Philip Phillips? And now, Mr. Polish, you're gonna take Philip Phillips and his runner-up Jessica Sanchez from Season 11 of American Idol to be co-hosts on the 330. No, I'm gonna have to call on Miles Neff if you do this again. And now, Mr. Polish, EA Sports, if it's in the game, it's in the game. Mr. Polish, EA Sports is not associated with the 330. Holy 1976.
And Mr. Crazy Rich Asians, how did Crazy Rich Asians come up on the screen when you got the deck standing right in front of you?
Miles Neff, you are sent to Peter Hayes' office. I can't believe you. Crazy Rich Asians, Miles Neff, you don't understand. I understand, Mr. Frank Mitchell, but how are we going to figure this one out? Miles Neff, Miles Neff, Miles Neff, Miles Neff, Miles Neff.
And why does this slide have a Yumi on every corner of the screen? There is. Mr. Polish, one more time, and I will send you to Miles Neff, understand? 330, you got it right, but you need to add the word the to 330. And why is a Yumi Hamasaki and Jim, I guessed, right below 330? Mr. Polish, don't do that again. And now I'm gonna send you to Miles Neff's office. Miles Neff is watching you. Oh, for the love of Seinfeld, Mr. Polish, don't put that on there, you little lousy rat. And now, Mr. Polish, you put final answer on there. I'll show you final answer, because you don't know anything about final answer like I do. And now Miles Neff is really watching you, Mr. Polish. And now, you've added 50-50. Final answer. And now Miles Neff is using his 50-50. That's his final answer. And now, Mr. Polish, you are gonna add Christopher Columbus to Miles Neff is watching you, Mr. Polish. No, you are not putting Christopher Columbus on the 330. Get it right, or I'll take you back to Miles Neff. Uh-oh, Christopher Flowers. No, Mr. Polish. Christopher Flowers is on the 3:30. And oh, Tim, I guessed, is going to Sonic Drive-In. Sonic, 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 Sonic.
Now the screen reads, NBC Productions. What if NBC Productions airs the 3:30?
NBC Productions, Mr. Polish. NBC Productions produces the 3:30. The 3:30, not NBC Productions. Try again. Next time, try again. Universal. Mr. Polish, did you replace the two-way arrow with a universal globe from Universal Studios, Florida?
Well, I guess maybe you would try to use 50-50 on that one.
Mr. Polish, is that Miles Neff? You need to contact Miles Neff immediately. Mr. Wonder Woman. Rogers County. Mr. Polish, we are not in Rogers County, we are in Tulsa County. Mr. Polish, one more outtake, and it's going over to Miles Neff. This again, Graham Cracker Castle, Mr. Polish, you are such a nut. Remember, Mr. Polish, the 3:30, not Graham Cracker Castle. Try again. And what, Miles Neff? The OK Tower, Miles Neff. Mr. Polish, you better not be at Miles Neff City when you're in Paradise City at Miles Neff, Miles Neff, Miles Neff, Miles Neff, Miles Neff. Get smart. Get smart. How did you get smart on screen if Get Smart is from 2008 and is read by Miles Neff?
What if Charles Davis was a double agent?
Charles Davis is not a double agent. Don't say that Charles Davis was a double agent. Double agent, double agent, double agent. Now it's Leapfrog. What if Leapfrog produces the 3:30 on a LeapPad learning book?
Touch the green go circle with your pen. Miles Neff, Leapfrog is not on the 3:30. Leapfrog is not on the 3:30. Miles Neff, do you understand? The 3:30 is a local television program on Oklahoma's News Channel 8.
Now it has the WGVH Steel, read by Leilani Jones-Wilmore. What, Leilani Jones-Wilmore? Do I have to hear Leilani Jones-Wilmore, or Miles Neff, or even Tim I guessed, on the 3:30 again? And it's gone. Mr. Polish, what are we going to do next? Try again, Mr. Polish. Try again, try again, try again, try again, try again. Andre Ware, Mr. Polish, Andre Ware is not on the 3:30.
But what if Andre Ware was on the 3:30? Next thing you know, you'll be thinking about Tim I guessed.
Mr. Polish. Miles Neff. Security. Security. Mr. Polish, I need to call security immediately. Security for Mr. Miles Neff. What is wrong with you? Miles Neff. And now, Mr. Polish, you've added Route 66 to the 3:30. Miles Neff, you better be in here this very instant because I'm gonna need you to see all of this. Well, what do you think? We might as well go out to lunch, or...
I'm thinking about Chuck E. Cheese's.
Chuck E. Cheese's at 6 o'clock at night. Channels 2, 6, 8, and 23 are on the news at 6.
Pinwheel.
And please, do not call me Pinwheel. There isn't a Pinwheel in sight, and I don't need Mr. Pinwheel to be at NBC Productions. If you need Mr. Pinwheel, you need to go to CBS. If Mr. Pinwheel is at NBC, I will send you to Miles Neff. Miles Neff, Miles Neff, Miles Neff, Miles Neff, Miles Neff. Pinwheel.